So before we get to the college football semifinal breakdown, I just want to give a little reminder of the DRF Sports Sunday Scoop e-newsletter. If you haven't done so already, make sure you sign up for free at drf.com/sports to receive 2 free weekly newsletters delivered to your email inbox every Friday and Sunday. Both are packed with powerful betting angles you don't want to miss. Make sure you sign up for the Sunday Scoop e-newsletter and check out our guy Scott Grambling's weekly six-pack in both the NFL and NCAA. Of course, you know Scott's also got you covered with his in-depth game previews. All that and more, drf.com/sports. We've got you covered no matter which way you want to discuss college betting, NFL betting, NBA betting, everything under the sun. DRF Sports, we got you covered. I'll get you out of here on this. The semifinals, Alabama has come off of 14 down to 13.5. Georgia is up to 8.5. How are you betting these big games on New Year's Eve?
Well, the one bet I've really made with my own money, plenty of it, is the under 58 on Alabama and Cincinnati. And I would play it again if I could get some 59s out there. 59 is a very key number. 55 is a very key number. So that's where you're going to see resistance. If it ever got down to 55, you're going to see it pop up. If you see it at 59, it's going to pop down. And, for me, I have the feeling what I said about Arkansas applies to Alabama. If you're going to give an SEC team their offensive line and their running backs that have been beat up for weeks, if you're going to give them a month to prepare, they're going to be animals when they come out of the gate. Mm-hmm. And when you look at a Cincinnati team, what is their biggest strength? It's 3 guys in the secondary that are going to play at the NFL level. And with John Mechie, one of the best wide receivers, having his ACL, he's out for this game for Alabama. I think what people don't realize is that while Devonta Smith was winning the Heisman and running wild like crazy, it's because John Mechie was setting blocks 20 yards down the field. He is a monster loss for Alabama. So what does that mean? That means Alabama is going to pull what they did against Ole Miss, where they just ran the ball. Brian Robinson 45 times, shut down Ole Miss, and Ole Miss never got on the board. I think this is the same formula. What you want to do is you want to run, avoid that Cincinnati secondary. You're going to have healthy running backs finally for Alabama after a month's rest. You're going to take advantage of a Cincinnati front seven that can't hang with the Alabama offensive line. You'll avoid that secondary. And then on the other side of the ball, I think once Saban gets a 17 points, he gets a 3-possession lead, he's just going to stick out his arm and play keep away. And I keep going back to the Notre Dame game in the semifinal last year. Everybody realized that the 2020 Alabama offense was the best in the nation, but Notre Dame covered. Why is that? Because Nick Saban made the conscious decision to run the ball constantly and keep a 3-possession lead. That's what's going to happen here. So for the point spread, 16 is probably a good number. But let's be honest, this is going to be a 19 to 22 point game with a backdoor chance for Cincinnati at the end. And so for me, it's an under. I don't know if I'm going to get involved on the side. Cotton Bowl is a little bit different. I haven't placed a penny on this because why did Georgia lose? Because the offensive line protected Bryce Young and Bryce Young attacked the middle of the field. Not one SEC team has been able to pass downfield. Fast forward to the Cotton Bowl here. It's not Michigan. It's not what they do. And they're not going to change their identity. They're going to try to run the ball with Blake Corum and Hassan Haskins. So what you have to do is handicap, can this offensive line push the Georgia defensive line around? To me, I've watched the game. I've gone back and watched Alabama, Georgia like twice. I'm still watching to see, can Jordan Davis be pushed around? Can Wyatt be pushed around? If they can't, Michigan can get blown out. And, that's their bread and butter. And if the bread and butter ain't going to work, there's no other answers. So I haven't laid a bet on this, but really the answer is Michigan's either going to win this game outright or they're going to get blown out. So it either works or it doesn't with that running game.
I like it. I think Michigan will have a tough time for sure. I just don't see it. I don't see it. It's like they're going up another level trying to go at Georgia. And you mentioned, I know you're an SEC guy, so you know what I'm saying for sure. But for our listeners, we got to make sure that you guys check out Collin with his podcast partner Stuckey on the Big Bets on Campus on the Action Network podcast. Now, what's your bowl show schedule like coming up?
Oh, it's wild. We are recording 8 bowls tonight. We are recording 10 bowls on Sunday. I believe that every game is going to be covered. I believe we have 5 or 6 pods we're going to cut over the holidays. There's no college football games the day after Christmas. We'll be cutting a big swath of them then. So there's going to be 5 pods. The first one we got while you guys are listening to this, you can go check it out. Big Bets on Campus. We'll have all of our podcasts there. And then I think we're going to record one. We're doing 8 tonight, which leads us up to Christmas. And then we're going to record 10 that's right after Christmas. And then we'll have another one that'll have the college football playoff. So we'll be there for you for every game that you got.
That is amazing. He is at _Collin1 on Twitter and one of the most informed people in the business. Thank you for joining us here on the DRF Sports Podcast, Collin. Really appreciate it, my dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks again to Collin for coming on the pod. And if you want to follow me online, you can do so on Instagram at Sheldon Alexander and on Twitter at Shell Alexander.